Hello again, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery with a ring pour cup and a 16 by 20 inch canvas. I will be adding some paint to. I have some really old white satin enamel and I'm going to put some of it in the bottom of my ring pour cup and figure that I might wind up getting some pearls. And in the meantime, every color that's available to me, including this Prussian blue, is probably going to go in there. And I'm just going to combine things like the Decor American 24 karat gold and some orange that's just a master's touch from Hobby Lobby. And then just keep choosing to add a little bit of the white satin enamel in between. That was a color shifting red from Folk Art, which I'd like to see what happens with. I have some old Prism Pour Hot Orchid, which is not available anymore, but there are new beautiful pinks from Prism Pour from Color Art. That's the magenta from Golden. I'm going to throw all kinds of weird combinations in here. This was a Sergeant's Yellow, which I really like, with a little bit of orange. Unicorn Spit. Here's some Master's Touch orange again. Here's my color shifting purple. Maybe this is not. I think this is the color shifting purple from Folk Art. That is the neon purple with some golden iridescent pearl fine added to it. Back to some Decor American 24 karat gold. I'm going to put some dioxazine purple in there because I like the darks when they appear. And I like this Artist Loft Cobalt Blue is a turquoise metallic, which is beautiful. Here's a little more of the white satin enamel. Here's some Arteza Electric Blue, which I can never get enough of. I'm going to try some of this neon purple with the gold iridescent pearl fine in it and continue on a little more of that. Here's some turquoise turquoise flash from Folk Art, I think. Sometimes it looks a lot like the emerald. What else have I got? What do I want to repeat? I think I really like what happens when I put those two colors together. And that was the Hot Orchid again. And that was the dioxazine purple. I think I need to get back to brights. And I hope it's not horrible. It really shouldn't be. Excuse me. I have a desire to grab some of this purple if it's still open, and it is. It's a purple metallic. I actually think it's from Artist Loft. A little more white satin enamel. I may have more colors than I know what to do with. And I want some of my Anita's white metallic with Venetian blue added to it at the very last. Do I want anything else in there? I think maybe just one more little dash of the cobalt blue. That's a lot of paint, and I'll do what I can. I'm going to use my Artist Loft white. Give myself a layer of paint on the canvas. Matter of fact, I'm kind of feeling like doing half black, half white. So I use my OXO omelet turning flip and fold spatula, which also helps get rid of a few of the bubbles from shaking up the paint. And of course, as I go along, if I find that the rings or the wandering pour that I'm making out of that ring pour cup aren't satisfying me completely, I'll add some more colors. I haven't put anything on the edge, but I kind of suspect that'll be alright. I am being just self-indulgent and willful. I believe, I hope, that this is the Meeden black paint, but I think I got another bottle that I'm more certain. So I have something of a good layer on there. I have learned that no matter, even if you don't fill everything in, absolutely, a lot of times you have an opportunity to fill a gap with your finger, or add some paint from a squeeze bottle, or even dribble it in place with some tool or another. I might add a little bit more. I'd like that to go right over the edge a little bit. And maybe just a little bit more here. And we shall see what we shall see. Now, I used to make lots of little rings, and I'm tempted to do that, but you never know what could happen right now. I'm just going to keep pulling some of that paint down until I'm sure that it's covering the edge. I'm going to have to find an edge catcher, which basically I hold against the edge of the canvas, stops the paint from escaping, and I can often gather together a puddle and throw it back again. Alright, so really don't want to waste any of that. And my edge is just about covered, so I'm going to throw that in the bucket and just start. And obviously I'm not doing the ring pour I thought I was, but I like my colors, and I think I'm just going to put patches of colors down and spread them out in stripy areas and see how that works for me, because that's worked for me in the past and I like it a lot. It's not without a little bit of consumption of time to do so. I'll just do every kind of pouring in place that I can think of and see if I can't make some interesting shapes. But I have to try and stretch the paint as far as I can in order to fully utilize the opportunity. Goodbye, bubble. And I don't know how close I can get to the edge. Well, that's my airbrush kicking on. This might be kind of cool. We'll see, I guess. Everything's still moving, which is kind of interesting, because a lot of times I like to not still be moving. I don't know if I've ever tried exactly this before. But seeming as that I know that I'm going to like the colors I use, it really should turn out to be something interesting, and I'm going to cross my fingers and my toes. And if I don't like it, I can always use a cell activator and a swipe tool happily to move some paint and create some cells. And I haven't gone over the edge yet, which is kind of strange, but I'm about to. I really am trying to control the paint flow, which are definitely colors I'm loving. Let's see if I can. Add a few little flourishes and still get away with what I'm planning. Oh, I see I've got something that needs to go away right in there. They remind me of tropical fish so far. The colors are pretty wild. I haven't lost any specific areas yet. I am making a little bit of a mess for sure. I'm going to throw a little bit more orange right in there because I like it. Actually, I want some of that lighter orange too. Whoops. I'm surprised to not see any reaction from the enamel yet, but that doesn't mean it's not coming. So far I have a certain level of control that I'm surprised about. And kind of pleased. So far so good. And I haven't used an edge catcher, but I also haven't looked for one. I think I have one right under my turntable. Now what color would I want to put over there? Never done that before. First time for everything. Fun to try new things. It's good to remember that it's okay to try new things. And I really do like the way that looks in there. And I want to let that overlap that other area. This is pretty cool actually. I could put some black in there too and be pretty happy about it. Let's see what happens if I do that. Kind of like that a lot. But then I always do. I'm just sort of following my whims and instincts. Give myself a little bit. That's cool. That's going to eat all that negative space there though. If I'm not careful, maybe I'll just let it run down before I tip it again. I don't want to lose every bit of that negative space. And I got plenty of paint hanging around different places. So there's a wandering ribbon pour. Might as well try everything. And while I'm at it, grab a little bit more of that white satin enamel or whatever. Let's do a little dioxazine purple. Just ribbon pour for fun. Maybe a little gold. Kind of like the idea of that a lot actually. But by the same token, I also love my hot orchid. And I must be very close to being done, except for I still like how that black looks in there. I'd like it to be a lot more dominant, to tell you the truth. But I'm not sure how that's going to work out for me. This is just definitely abstract playtime. And the tipping is going to make a huge difference. I think I'm going to like this. I think I'm going to move a couple bottles out of my way. I really don't want to get rid of all that negative space, but it's getting pretty close to being gone already. No, I like this white negative space in here. Let's use my little blower. See if I can move a little bit of paint around without destroying all my negative space. Still learning how to use that. I don't want to destroy anything. And I'm not allergic to waggling a line of colors or adding a few lines or even spirals, as those who know me are familiar. Why not? I do see some cells coming up, which I did expect, and I think maybe if I torch, because there's still pretty heavy paint on the canvas. That was fun. That was definitely good therapy. So, I am going to try and torch really quickly. Kind of wish I was holding my breath while I do it, but we'll see. Yep, there come some of the cells. Nothing fancy going on here, just pouring to my heart's content. Might want a couple more waggles. Tell you guys to check out below. Whoa, that's huge. Whatever that was, didn't belong. Check out below the video. Look for the link tree with Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter links, my Facebook groups, Expressionist Art Studio Gallery. Appreciation group is for students. If you are interested in purchasing an artwork, please use the email address right below Show More underneath the link tree, usually. Sometimes there are other videos in place, or playlists about small tools. Not in this case, though. I'm not going to worry about my edges. I can go through and touch up the white where the white is, or pull the color down like I am. But I'm liking the waggles, loop-de-loops, whatever you want to call them. And I'm pretty happy with that. And the playtime. So thank you for joining me. I post 7 days a week, usually 9:30 a.m. and 10 p.m. recently. There is always an exhibition video on the end screen if it's current and there's a monthly drawing and you make a donation through PayPal or Patreon, through PayPal. You can find that icon on both on my link tree and also on the bottom right hand corner of my YouTube channel banner. So that is pretty cool. I've got some beautiful cells. I'm going to try and zoom in so you can see. I want to thank you for all the donations that help keep me painting all this time. I really appreciate it. Great colors. Fun patterns. Just gave in to a whim to do what I wanted exactly as I saw fit at the time. Yeah, loving that. Could have probably had a little more negative space, but we're all good. So I love you guys. I'm glad you're here. My community board should show you tomorrow's video. If you need to ask me a question about a video or a process, please feel free. My Amazon link is on the link tree. I have 2 books there, Because I Can and Unlimited Possibilities. And they help keep the studio running. When you purchase art supplies from the Amazon link or my books, excuse me, or shop mypixels.com, Fine Art America, which you can also find affiliated with Expressionist Art Studio Gallery, Totes, and more on Facebook. All the shopping you do on Teespring or Le Gallerist, the top link on the link tree, everything helps. And I do give lessons at the house in Spring Hill, Florida. It might be another little while before I actually do that, maybe another couple weeks or a month. My paint pouring recipe is below the video. And whatever I've forgotten, you'll see in another video. Oh yeah, I have over 2,000 videos on playlists, organized by topic and genre. And if you need something, just ask. I have everything available to you. This is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery saying, I love this. I hope you like it too. I'll see you anon. Bye for now. Priscilla out.